guys, welcome to the Canadian Shooters channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about customizing your SKS. This is Norinco SKS. It's a Chinese built SKS. The original SKS is the Russian ones. They're pretty much identical. The only differences between these is maybe the type of wood used, but obviously the stock shape is the same. It's just the type of wood used and different bayonet. The Russian bayonet is more of a, a slicing type. It's more of a knife type. This is, like a triangle type bayonet. But so this is the original SKS. I wanted to, if you guys seen my my SKS video of me going out and shooting my SKS, you actually seen the stock that I have on it. It's a nice ATI stock with Tapco magazines. So today I want to show you guys how to basically convert your plain Jane SKS into, a nice, I guess you could say, tactical looking SKS. Let's get down to it. I'm going to quickly show you guys how to take apart the, take off the wooden stock and the magazine and everything. Basically how to prepare your SKS in order to fit it into the ATI stock. So let's get to it. So obviously the first thing you want to do is make sure that the gun is, unloaded. It's safe to handle. So in this case it is. And then I like to, have the magazine, have the action closed to start working on it. But the first thing you want to do is take off the trigger grouping here. So in order to do that, you have to push down on this little notch here in the back in order to get the trigger grouping out. So push down on it until you hear, there you go, until you hear it pop, and then it should come out nice and easy. So that's the first thing you got to do. You take that out, put that on the side here. So let's try to pop it up. It's not that easy. You might want a little bit of leverage here. It goes in there, fits in there nice and tight, but with a little bit of leverage you could get it out. So this is the the magazine inside. Once you get it open, you can see how they altered it, because in Canada you can only have 5 rounds in your rifles, so they welded in this little metal stop here, so the spring only goes down to 5 rounds. So if you choose not to get aftermarket magazines for the ATI stock, then you would reuse this. You would put this one back in the ATI stock, but I think it looks a lot better with nice new 20 round magazine in it. So I'm going to put this aside. We won't be using that in the new one. Next thing you want to do is, I guess you could either take the stock off or the bayonet, because the bayonet's going to have to come off also. There's no cutout in the ATI stock for the bayonet. So when you put the new stock on, you're going to have to get rid of the bayonet. So let's take the cleaning rod, put that on the side, get a screwdriver, and let's take off the bayonet. Okay. Now it is under tension because of the spring inside here. There's a spring in here, so it locks into place if it's open or closed. So the best thing to do is pull on. Let me move this over so you can see better. The best thing to do is pull on this, so relieve a bit of relieve the tension, so it's not being pushed against the stock, and then you should be able to unscrew it, and at that point pull it out. Now still keep tension on it because it'll want to pop out. Here you could see the spring with all the cosmoline on it. This is how it was originally came. Put that on the side so we don't lose this this bolt. Let's put it back in. Now I've said it before, when working on your guns, you want to make sure that you tighten it snugly, but not over tighten it. You don't have to use all your strength. Just make sure it's in there snug. For any bolt that you're doing on a gun, pretty much any So next thing, at this point, you should be able to pop the stock off. You know, sometimes it's a little tight, but you should be able just by pushing down and then pulling the stock up, it should pop out. Just give it a little bit of extra. There you go. And the wooden stock comes off. Now, once we have this, once we have it off, this is the stage you want to get it to. You know, if you're changing the gas tube cover, then you'd want to take off the gas tube also, take that off. But I can't do that because you know, I'm not gonna do that because I actually can't get the wooden cover off the gas tube because you know, I've been having trouble with it. I didn't want to force it. I didn't want to mess with it too much, so I just decided to leave the wooden one on. But let's get to putting on the ATI stock. So here's the ATI stock. You know, it has the adjustable cheek rise. It's got the, you know, adjustable length of pull. It's got the pistol grip on it. It's got comes with four Picatinny rails, 4 small ones, and 1 long one. I already have the long one in there. One tip for the Picatinny rails, if you want to install them before you put them on the rifle, because you do need access to the inside here to hold the nuts. Like it basically, it screws in 2 nuts, but you have to place those nuts in there and hold them while you screw them on. So decide what configuration you want, put the rails on there, you know, accordingly. And then, you know, once that's all set up, you could go ahead and put it on your rifle. But originally I actually had the 2 side ones on here, but I chose to take them off because just they were unnecessary. And then, you know, I didn't have anything on them. They were unnecessary, and when I would handle the gun, they would just, you know, just get in the way. So I decided to take those 2 off and then put the covers on it. Put the little covers to cover the holes that the screws go through. So now it's, you know, a little sleeker. But, you know, the kit comes with all the screws, nuts, and everything, you know, bolts and nuts that you need to put this on your rifle right away. So, like I said, you know, this is all you have to do pretty much. You just have to take the trigger mechanism out and the magazine out, so to be able to put it on the new one. Now, I had no problems. It fit right away. You know, you just basically slide it on, push it in. The only thing is you might have to, because it's plastic, you might have to, you know, stretch it open a little bit here to get it on. But once you get it on, there you go. That's it. Next thing you want to do is it comes with a separate spring for the trigger grouping, because the trigger mechanism on the original one has the spring, you know, bedded in there. You don't want to mess with it. They just provide you with a new spring and put in the same place on the ATI stock. So make sure you drop that in. Now, if you didn't have aftermarket Tapco magazines or any other company that you know, makes magazines for the SKS, then at this point you would, you know, throw in this your original magazine. But I'm not going to do that because I have external ones. I have the 20 round Tapco mags, so I use these instead of, you know, the regular one that came with the rifle. So at this point, you would just line up your trigger, make sure you have the spring in there, and then pop her down just like you did with the you would with the regular SKS, the regular wooden stock. Next thing comes the Scorpion Recoil pistol grip. So it comes in 2 pieces. You have the plastic, you know, hand grip, which is actually, you know, cut out very deep. It's actually very comfortable. So you would put that in first. You know, you have to get a longer screwdriver. Put that in. Screw it in snug. Don't over tighten it. Like I said, I've heard about people complaining that their you know, pistol grip on their ATI stock has become loose. It could be they over tightened it, they messed up the threads. You're actually only screwing into plastic, so it's easy to mess up the threads. But I haven't had any issues with mine. Then you put in the second part, which is the recoil, the Scorpion, what they call the Scorpion Recoil Pad. It's, you know, it's basically feels like just really rubbery material. It's not, you know, the whole thing, the only thing here is the plastic piece is the middle, I guess, just to hold it tight. But yeah, the rest of it is nice rubbery, soft material. So you throw that on. And there's 2 screws at the bottom holding it in. There you go, and that's pretty much all it takes. Like I said, if you want to replace the cover, the gas tube cover, it does come with it. You know, it just looks like this. It'll just all be black. I decided mine doesn't look that bad with the wooden one, and like I said before, I didn't want to force it. I didn't want to break it. I didn't want to mess with it too much. I couldn't get it off easily, so I decided just to leave it on for now. You know, maybe I'll attempt to take it off later on again, but we'll see about that. So you actually have to have the bolt open to put the Tapco mags on. You can't put them in with you know, closed bolt. But this is what it looks like in the end. I guess it just looks like your regular, you know, black rifle. There's no real difference. It's just, you know, modern, more comfortable way to you know, shoot and hold and carry your rifle over the original. So this is it. You know, there's other stocks on there on the market. There's Tapco stocks. There's you know, a bunch of different companies, but like I said, I believe that the ATI stock is just the best. For the money, it had the most features. So it's got the adjustable folding stock. You could actually even fire it from, you know, the folded position. If you want to do hip fires or anything like that, you could do that. It doesn't interfere with the you know, with the action of the gun. So guys, there you go. That's the you know, that's my customized SKS. I still need to get a Vortec rail for the top of it and a good sight for it. But for now, you know, this is what it is. If you guys like this video, you know, let me know. Hit the like button. You know, subscribe for future videos and share it if you know there's other people out there that you think might want to see these guns. So, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.